Hey everyone, welcome to In the Beyond. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Today I'm channeling another timeless pick a card reading, and I'm going to be looking into advice for your current situation. So try to think of something that you maybe need advice with, and just think of that situation while you are picking your pile today. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 with the sea turtle card and this glass flower. For pile number 2, we have the moth card, and we also have this red jasper crystal. And for pile number 3, we have the butterfly card, and we have this amazonite and smoky quartz crystal. So take all the time you need to see which crystal and which card is really calling to you. That is going to be the pile that has a message for you today. You will find your timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you there. So yeah, let's get into this reading. Let's see what's in the cards, and let's go in the beyond. Hey pile 1, if you guys were drawn to the glass flower, as well as the sea turtle card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what advice is going to come out for you guys about your current situation. So right away, you were drawn to the sea turtle card, and this card says travel. So turtles, the sea turtle is very connected to the water, is very connected to the fluid nature of water and the surrender, like going with the flow of the current. So that could be a quick message for you, but I'm going to pull some more cards to get a deeper message. Pile 1. Advice for my pile 1 around their current situation. Wow, at the bottom of the deck we have the healer of water with seaweed. So I feel like something about your current situation, I think connecting to the healing power of water and just the energy of water could be very healing for you guys. I do see right away with the 3 of air, echinacea, you might be going through grief of some kind. You might be having to surrender to a current or a flow that you wish you didn't have to. You might be experiencing a loss of a friendship, a loss or a change in your family life, home life, career. It could be any of those different avenues around the current situation that you are asking about. But we also have the 6 of air with cattail, another very watery plant. Ooh, cacao, the Hierophant card, the 10 of fire with comfrey, and the warrior of air with oregano. Okay, so your current situation, I think you're going through an emotional upheaval. I think you're going through a hard time in your emotional sphere, because we do have this deep connection to water coming out. With the cacao and the Hierophant card coming out, this could be a loss of something that was very tied to your security. This could even be a loss of elders in your community or family. This could be people in your family becoming ancestors, moving into the other realms, passing on. You might be experiencing things around grief and loss, like we were just talking about. I feel like your heart is very overburdened right now. You might be searching for answers, but not really finding any. And the advice for you at this time is to surrender and go with the flow, because the universe has plans that we can't control. There's forces at work in the universe that are of great power and that we honestly have to surrender to at times. So the advice around your current situation is definitely to connect to the element of water and the energy that water holds and the healing power of water, and to really focus on your emotions and try to soothe your emotional nature at this time. Try to do things for yourself that are really in aligned with your self-care practices. Yeah, try to focus on nourishing yourself and nourishing what your heart space is asking of you, really tending to your grief, tending to your heart. Because I am getting this feeling around maybe a person who is very much a role model, or a person who is maybe a grandparent, or somebody who had a lot of maybe authority or standing in your life might have passed on. It could also be perhaps you have lost a stable career that you really loved and enjoyed. There's just something about your foundation and stability that I think you are grieving at this time. That's going to be different for everyone here. But the message is really about connecting to your body and your emotions and listening to what your body needs right now and what your body is really asking of you, so you can focus on your emotional wounds that need tending at this time. Like I said, really connecting to water is a major thing that could help you through this healing and through this transitional time. Taking more baths, more showers, connecting to water that is near where you live, or just connecting to like a pond in a park near your home. There's lots of energy around the home, stability, and a need for emotional tending and connecting to the water. So, literally, maybe if you're able to go out into nature, find a body of water, put your feet in, feel the soothing effects of the water. Perhaps you enjoy, listening to the rain, or going out on your porch during a rainstorm. Things like that I think are going to be very cleansing and purifying for your energy, and could really help you at this time through this transitional moment in your life. Let's pull a few more cards to get some more messages. More messages, please. Advice for pile 1. Yeah, I think I'm trying to focus on balancing and harmonizing emotions, and just kind of balancing your physical needs, your emotional needs at this time. So a big focus on self-care is really how I'm feeling. Yeah, 9 of Thunder, so 9 of Swords. I feel like this card is kind of representing you looking up at the universe, asking spirit why these things had to happen. Maybe there's been some kind of tragedy that you can't comprehend, or you just can't understand why things had to work out a certain way. I mean, this could even just be, a relationship ending, a friendship, a romantic relationship. This could be any kind of ending, or maybe tragedy or unforeseen event that you are having trouble comprehending. We also have the High Priestess. So yeah, this is giving me the energy that I think we have some people here who might be experiencing grief from a passed on loved one. And I think the comfort or advice that maybe could help you at this time is if you did lose someone, that person is now an ancestor. That person is now moving on with their journey, and that's okay. We all have our own journey in this world and the next world. So they are in the other world now, fulfilling their spiritual purpose, so to speak. They are still present with you, and they definitely could act, if this resonates with you, as a spirit guide or as a wise ancestor, and they can continue helping you on your journey. We also have the Root of Wands. So yeah, I think this is a message maybe about you kind of having courage to start a new path and a courage to go on after this potential grief that you are experiencing, whether it is a loss of a person, a relationship, a job. That's the energy that this card is giving me. It's like saying, you know, you have the courage and strength to keep going, to start new things, to reignite your passion, because, you know, you still have a lot to do on Earth at this time. Oh, that's beautiful. We have the Ace of Wands next. And Five of Wands, yeah. So I do see a lot of conflict, you know, around your emotions, like we were talking about. Like, you've definitely been working hard to maintain your strength and stability at this time, but the universe doesn't take things away without giving you new opportunities, and new doors will be opening in the future. Ace of Wands is here, and this is a really good sign that good things are coming. Just try to be patient, surrender to the flow, surrender to the grief that you need to express, keep surrendering, and you will find new pathways, new inspirations, new friendships. You will find a new job, you will find a new career path, you will find new romantic partners, you will find new people in your life that will never replace the person that you might have lost, but they can bring you emotional comfort, and they can bring you friendship and love. So try to keep an open heart and keep an open mind to new experiences, and just stay strong and focus on your stability, focus on your grounding. Try to really focus on self-care and nourishment. You know, focus on your nutrition and your exercise routines. That'll help you to stay grounded through this time. That'll help you to work through your emotional pains and things like that as well. So let's pull a few more cards for any last advice or messages for you guys. We have the Phoenix with Empower. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. That's a beautiful card. So just like the phoenix rises from the ashes, I see you rising from this grief, you rising from this, you know, harder time where you've been challenged and you have faced adversity. This is really giving me the same energy as Root of Wands. You will rise up. Ace of Wands here to support you within these fire activations, definitely. You will have a burst of creative energy. You will have passion and love and joy coming back to you after this moment or this period of maybe grief, loss, things of that nature. So definitely stay strong, keep trusting in the universe, keep trusting that things happen in ways that we can't foresee. Ooh, we also have Raven, wise woman, a change is coming. Yeah, so if you have felt very lost and in a time of grief, this is definitely like the advice for you guys is things are going to change, things will get better. We have two birds here supporting you. We have the water and the fire energy supporting you guys. As soon as you kind of soothe your emotional and subtle body, you're going to be reignited with love, joy, and passion again. Change will come and you will rise from the ashes. That's really what I'm seeing for you guys, Group 1. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I absolutely love doing these readings, and I would just love to get a comment from you guys if this resonated with you. If this did, please like and subscribe. And I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Thank you all so much for being here. Hey pile 2, if you guys were drawn to the red jasper crystal as well as the moth card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what advice will come out about your current situation. So you were drawn to the moth card, and moths are nocturnal animals, and the card says shadow self. So perhaps what you're asking about has to do with something that you maybe are not seeing clearly, or something that is in your shadow self, in your subconscious mind or even unconscious mind. So let's get more information from the tarot. Pile 2, advice on their current situation. What advice do we have around their current situation? Wow, the cards are kind of all over the place. Current situation for their pile 2, advice. Wow, yeah, the cards are jumping out. Interesting energy that I'm picking up. Yeah, almost like something that you haven't seen. We have the world with Pachamama. We have justice with cannabis. Okay, we have temperance with the tea plant. The sun, St. John's wort. 8 of air, licorice, and nettle with ace of earth. Okay, so with this information that's coming out, I feel like the advice around your current situation is that, well, there's a few different things. Firstly, I feel like you probably feel stuck in some kind of situation. You might feel trapped, you might feel like there's no way out. However, you're not seeing the situation with clear vision. There is more to be learned. There's more to be seen with the world card here and the justice card. You know, I feel like with the justice, you know, justice is supposed to see all things. We have the world here representing, you know, the illumination of all things. And with the sun card, I feel like new things need to come to light. Awakenings need to occur. There needs to be some kind of awakening here to something. And that awakening is going to bring you this peaceful calm that the temperance card brings. And like drinking a delicious soothing cup of tea would bring, if you enjoy tea. Yeah, there's definitely something almost fencing you in. You might feel very burdened or trapped by something because you're not seeing your way out clearly yet. And honestly, with Ace of Earth here with Nettle, sometimes truths are very hard to confront. Sometimes the deepest truths, the things that are hiding in our subconscious and our unconscious, are very hard to truthfully look at and really stare straight at and face them head on. It's some of the deepest truths about ourselves, about what is in our shadow and why it is in our shadow. So this is kind of very deep inner work that you are being called on to resolve the situation that you have asked about. You know, I am getting the energy of maybe there are some limiting beliefs in your shadow self, in your unconscious, your subconscious, limiting beliefs about maybe what you're worthy of, what you deserve, what people you deserve to be around, what kind of relationship you deserve to be in, what kind of job or financial situation you are worthy of. It could be situations like or thoughts and stories that we tell ourselves that are lingering in our subconscious mind, and the truth is, you know, perhaps there were things from our early life that led us to believe in those stories. This pile is really being called to re-examine things like that, re-examine our limiting beliefs or the stories that we tell ourselves. You know, if we tell ourselves like, oh, nothing ever works out for me, I'm always stuck in a dead-end job, this or that, like those things are going to manifest when we have those thoughts. So we really need to re-examine what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we are believing about ourselves and about the world. You know, if you always think, you know, I always get stuck in these toxic relationships, I always choose the wrong partner, I think it's maybe time to re-examine all of these deep issues around what our early life was like. What kind of trauma do we carry? Do we think the world is a safe place? Do we think people are inherently safe, or do we have other beliefs because of experiences that we had unfortunately maybe experienced from a young age? A lot of that energy is coming out in this reading, so I definitely encourage you to try to re-examine some of these ideas that might be in the shadow. What might be hiding in your subconscious mind? What might be hiding in your unconscious mind? What types of things want to be re-examined and reworked and rethought? That's really where you are being called when you've asked about this certain situation. I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards to get more information or a deeper message. Any deeper messages that want to come out for pile 2. Yeah, we have 7 of Thunder at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Swords. This card can talk about lying, betrayal, deceitful energy. I think you guys maybe have been lied to a lot. Maybe people have manipulated you in the past. Maybe you have dealt with untrustworthy people, and maybe you are getting into situations that keep reflecting certain patterns, and it's time to break cycles and break patterns. It's time to free the shadow by shedding light on it. So bringing your awareness to the shadow. Yeah, and we have the Hermit. So you guys are really being called for inner work, self-work, looking deep inside yourself, re-examining the subconscious, the unconscious. What is hiding there? What do you maybe not want to look at head on? Harvest of Cups, yeah. Judgment, the unseen. 4 of Stones. 7 of Wands. Yeah, this pile is very intense. I'm like almost short of breath a little bit because of how intense this energy is, which is okay. It's just very deep and very very intense here. So okay, so from these cards I have some insights that are coming through. Harvest of Cups, I feel like maybe an authority figure in your life was not the most healthy role model. Some kind of caregiver, parent, role model, some kind of person that had authority in your young life. And I feel like that has led you to, you know, create some maybe disempowering thoughts or feelings or stories, and maybe those things now are in your shadow because you felt safe enough to put them there, but you might not have felt safe enough to really look at them head on. We have the Snake here with Judgment. Very intense energies, and I feel like these things, these fears, these subconscious fears, these things about like what you might be worthy of or not worthy of, they're all hiding in the unseen. The Moth energy, the shadow, this is all about the unseen, things that you aren't seeing clearly yet because you need to go into a hermit mode and put light on them and really bring them into your conscious mind. Have them in your thoughts, rework your thoughts, use affirmations, use journaling, use anything to re-examine what's going on in your subconscious mind. The Four of Stones card is making me feel like this is, you're really being called to rest and reflect right now, like the hermit mode, very much resting and reflecting, because once you do that, once you just start to become consciously aware of maybe disempowering thoughts or feelings, beliefs from the past relationships, the Harvest of Cups, this could also be a romantic partner who was maybe like almost narcissistic. They were very sly, they were cunning, they were, you know, like maybe attractive, but then once you got to know them more, they were more manipulative. They represented like the darker forces, the darker energies, and maybe the relationship became disempowering, and that has led you to maybe have disempowering thoughts about the kind of partner that you are worthy of, and maybe you've been caught up in a pattern of disempowering partners, or, you know, work situations or home situations, anything like that. It's really going to be different for everyone, but once you start to re-examine everything in the unseen, once you have this hermit mode, and once you take time out to really get clear about what you're believing about yourself and your abilities and your worthiness, you are going to come out as the Seven of Wands energy. This is almost giving me the Persephone vibes, if you know that story. You are going to be queen of your domain. You're going to be a very empowered, confident, courageous person who has a lot of creative ability, very good at manifesting the life, the partnerships that you want. You are going to be embodied and very empowered once you re-examine these things. And this figure, she has the mystical raven on her shoulder as a spirit guide working with her. And this is representing you. Sorry, just taking a breath. This is representing you making friends with your shadow side, making friends with everything in the unconscious, subconscious, and the unseen of your psyche. Really getting clear visions about your worthiness and your power and what you can do. Once you re-examine everything in the shadow, you're going to have the shadow as a power. It's going to be a great source of power for you. And if you know the story of Persephone, she was taken down into the underworld in a disempowering way. She had to survive, you know, in the underworld, which is full of fear. You know, death is one of the greatest fears of the living, but she was able to conquer that, and she was able to rise up from the underworld. She was reunited with her mother and the beautiful green earth. And she goes back to the underworld during winter. So she is the queen of the underworld during the winter, and during spring she is reunited with her mother, an earth goddess. So I feel like that's a metaphor for kind of your journey, your experience, and what you're asking about. Your power lies in your shadow. Your power lies in the unseen. It really lies in your subconscious. So make friends with all of the energies that are there, because that is how you are going to get your power. That is how you will be embodied and able to move forward. So this was a very deep reading. Thank you guys just so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I truly love reading the comments, and I absolutely love doing these readings. Thank you guys so much for being here today, and I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hi, pile 3. If you guys were drawn to the Amazonite and Smoky Quartz Crystal, as well as the Butterfly card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what the advice around your current situation is. So you were drawn to the Butterfly card, and I'm getting one quick message that's coming through right away is around seeing change as something that is worthy of beauty, and seeing change and transformation, really trusting in the process, trusting in the release of certain situations, and trusting that there will be beautiful, bright, joyful stages to come. So that is just the first message that's coming out. Let's pull some more tarot cards for you guys. Pile 3. What is the advice for the current situation around pile 3? Yeah, I think you're really being asked to trust and surrender to a process right now. We have the 4 of Earth with Willow, the 2 of Air with Chicory, the Curandera of Water with Seaweed, the Daughter of Fire with the California Poppy, 5 of Air with White Sage, and the Lovers, Hawthorn. That's funny. Maybe 6 is one of your power numbers, one of your angel numbers, one of maybe your life path, or maybe 6 is just a sign for some of the people here. So with these cards coming out, I feel like the message is really around trusting in the flow and the changes of life. This is definitely about the cycles of life. You might be asking about, I'm getting different messages. For some of you guys, you might be asking about love. Maybe you're asking about a conflict in a relationship. Maybe you are asking about ending a relationship. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from a few cards over here. With the Lovers and the 5 of Air coming out, take what resonates, but for some people in this group, the message is around I think love will be entering your life. We do have the Lovers, and we have these 2 butterflies kind of signaling a relationship. So if you're asking about love, I think there's going to be new opportunities coming your way around love. Perhaps you have needed to end a relationship and you are feeling like kind of, will I ever find love again? That kind of energy. The answer is definitely yes, you will find love again. There will be new things around the corner, bright and beautiful things full of joy around the corner. With the 4 of Earth and the 2 of Air, there's also a little white butterfly right there as well. I think the messages are around time, definitely, because we have this willow basket here, and weaving a basket takes diligent work and diligent time. The butterfly transitioning from cocoon to emerging as the butterfly, that takes time in the chrysalis. That takes a lot of time, surrendering to the unknown. I think you're really being asked to have patience around a situation and kind of surrender to the flow of time and to the cycles of life, and realizing that sometimes change can be hard and unexpected, but the change can be rewarding, and putting the time in can be rewarding. We do have the Healer of Water. This is kind of like the elder energy in this deck of water. So I do think you will be gaining a lot of wisdom through the transition or the situation that you are asking about. I do see a lot of wisdom coming to you. With the poppy energy here, I feel like a very playful and innocent energy will be coming to you around, like right around the corner. I'm getting this, you know, a lot of beautiful joy will be coming to you, like a beautiful hillside of wildflowers bursting and blooming. I feel like that's in your future with this like innocent childlike energy looking into almost like a amber or a crystal ball, like trying to divine the future. I think there's a lot of joyful, playful, childlike energy coming to you guys in the future, no matter what situation you are kind of asking about. That's kind of what I'm seeing in your future, is kind of like surrender to maybe a time of like a lull in something. Kind of surrender to that time, realize that transitions take time, change takes time, but in your future I see a lot of like healing energy and joyful, playful energy coming to you. So a lot of beauty in your future, joy, happiness, and even love and romantic love, friendships, platonic love in your future as well. So yeah, let's pull a few more cards to get some more messages for you guys. Pile 3, advice for pile 3 on their current situation. Ooh, we have, yeah, the shaman with completion, the shapeshifter with perspective, and the prayer card with hope. So yeah, this is kind of how I was feeling. The shaman card with completion, I feel like this is all about time, moving through time and space, realizing that time is non-linear. There's a deep message about time here. It takes time to come to the completion of a cycle. You might be transitioning from one cycle to the next, and you're just being asked and being called to surrender to time and have patience and really maybe shift your perspective. Just as the caterpillar has a whole new perspective on the world after it becomes a butterfly, literally after it has wings and is capable of having that bird's eye view, I think you're also being called to, you know, shift your perspective a bit. Realize that the time you're in is filled with beauty. Realize that struggles that you might have gone through happened for a reason. You know, it takes time to develop your wings, and just surrendering to that experience, you're going to be gaining more wisdom and knowledge as you, just surrender to the time that you're being called to surrender to. We also have the prayer card with hope, and this is a great message to leave on. I think this pile just needs to have a lot of hope in the future. Just as the caterpillar has to have hope that it will emerge from the chrysalis, and it will emerge with wide open wings and it will be able to fly and have a new perspective. I think you guys just need to keep the hope and keep hope in your heart for brighter days, happier days, days where you have that joy, where you have that like playful, innocent energy, because I think it's around the corner, and just keeping hope that like love will re-enter your life and you will have new friendships. Keep an open heart and keep an open mind, and just keep having hope in the future. Honestly, that I feel like is the advice that wants to come out for you guys. Group 3, thank you all so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I really love to read the comments, and I just love doing these readings. I can't thank you guys enough for being here, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings.